guys, my name's Adam Shelton. Welcome to my 2025 Oliver's Mountain Cock of the North video. I ride a Honda CB500 all over the place really, in lots of different things. I don't really concentrate on one thing, I just like having fun, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. The bikes are awesome. So hope you enjoyed the ride with me. I've got an Insta360 Go 3 mounted securely and safely in my helmet. I've also got a GoPro on the bars for Mark Sugden. His channel is Suggy Racing. Go and check that out. There's some really good content on there. Also, go and check out Sean O'Hara's channel, the Everyday Racer podcast. Some really good listening on there as well. You may have seen some videos with me talking in the helmet. The Insta360 really does pick up audio well, as you'll hear in a minute, but when I'm trying 100%, I really like to just voice over afterwards to avoid any distraction.
What happened in your last one?
The gearbox is gone.
Oh.
I've never rolled this.
Oh, right.
Ever.
Good luck, mate.
I'll be excited. Yeah, I don't know. What happened to that yesterday?
I landed on this and bent it all.
What a jump.
Yeah.
Riding well.
Thanks, mate.
Flies on that thing.
Cheers, mate.
The only reason I'm getting past is power.
Good luck, mate.
Yeah, keep on.
So this is one of the hilarious bits of track to ride. There's a massive bump just as you flick it right into the S's, and this time around I just braked at the wrong time. The back wheel, it didn't really show on camera, came right off the floor. The bike just didn't turn in as I expected it to. I did poo myself a little bit, and I looked behind me and I could see the other rider was still there, coming pretty quickly, so I knew we had a race on. rider. His gearbox blew up in the morning and he's never actually ridden this bike before. I don't know if it's a spare one or one he's borrowed, but to jump on it and just go flat out in a race is something that takes a lot of balls. So, you know, I normally wouldn't be able to hang with the ZXR 400 around this circuit, but for now I was managing to kind of keep with him a little bit while he was getting used to it and getting faster all the time. But it was serving as a good marker for me, and it was making me push on a little bit, even though I had quite a lead in the CB500 class. That's kind of the thing that gets you going and just gives you that toe a little bit. As far as racetracks go, is absolutely wild. There's no runoff in a lot of places. There's fences, trees, loads of bumps. It's just a road normally, so the tarmac sometimes gets a lot of use. And there are just some places like here that you really don't want to fall off. Behind those trees is a massive cliff, and well, you just won't be very well if you do come off there. So coming from short circuits all my life, it does work to push on really hard, but you just got to be mindful of which corners you can actually do that on. For example, there's the cafe there on the right. I normally go for a coffee there, you know, really chill. There's loads of people. You look out over Scarborough, it's beautiful. But today it's covered in crash barriers and you're flying at it at over 120 miles an hour, and it's one of the scariest braking zones that there is on the circuit. So it's just such a cool place, you know. It's got a split personality. You can come and drive around whenever you like and just experience the place for yourself. Coming down here is absolutely awesome through the trees. It just feels so fast, even on a CB500. Your body's over the mud on the left hand side, and then you're trying to brake at the bridge or just before it. You sometimes overshoot when you brake at the bridge, but I wouldn't advise that on a big bike, definitely, but you can just about do it. But the brake pressure you put through, I think the master cylinder is going to pop. These jumps are absolutely amazing. I did land really crooked over this big one on the first day, and I landed on the gear lever and bent all the linkage, so I really struggled with that in qualifying as it was just compromised and not working properly. But we did manage to fit a better one on there, and the gear changes were a lot more positive. Notice on my dash, I'm not running a normal set of clocks. I'm running an AIM Solar 2 lap timer. It's got red lights on it and green lights on it, and they light up whether you're a tenth under or over your lap time. So at the moment you can see that they're red. I've obviously lost a bit of time versus the best lap of the session. It takes the best lap and gives you that as a reference every time, and you'll see coming through here I do a little bit better than last time and it starts to go green. Probably look at that more than I actually look at the track, because it just completely made riding a motorbike like a video game, and I just find that really enjoyable. You don't need anybody else really other than this guy who's absolutely helping me out on pushing on. But when you are riding by yourself, you know, it's you against yourself, and a lot of the top riders use this. They have this on all the time, and I've found this super valuable for my riding. So I would recommend anybody to have that live delta plus and minus on your dash, have the lights, look at that, And then if you do something different, you can actually see what went wrong or what went right. Sometimes you ride a bit slower into a corner and you get the green light, and that's safer and faster. So to find bits of time like that is always helpful, and it just really gives you an edge on how you approach your riding and what you can do to just eke out tenths here and there that add up over time. So you'll notice my lap timer actually says 2 minutes 0.55. I was buzzing, I couldn't really believe it, and I went and checked the official times afterwards, and I could see that it was actually a 2 minute 1.5 something. So these lap times are normally really accurate. They sample 30 times a second, but they do sometimes get a little bit confused zigzagging up the mountain.
Well done, mate, that was amazing.
Good back.
Just want to say a big thanks to my dad, Mel, for coming and baking a load of cookies for everyone and helping out, Kathy for coming, Lewis from Scarborough Autocare and Performance for changing my tyres all weekend, really appreciate that, mate. Dan from SS Auto Works for doing me a couple of awesome exhausts and sorting my van out really quickly before the event. Kyle from MW Graphics for doing me an awesome paint job on the bike, and Dave for coming to bring me some pads that I couldn't get hold of. I also want to say thanks to all the marshals, medics and officials for putting on an awesome event as always.
What I could hear in the commentary, that sounded like you quite a good run then.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I think I got my fastest lap then.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Are you okay to lob a rubber mallet under, just that rubber mallet under one of the wheels? Cheers, Roddy.
No worries.
I think that'll do it, yeah.
Front wheel.
I think that's alright once it's on the stand.
Alright, cheers.
Well done.
Thank you.
Feel good.
Yeah.